Now, Joe Biden also has some environmental goals for the first days of his presidency. As we noted, he plans to rejoin the Paris Climate Accord almost instantly, which is fine, but it's not much, really, honestly. Like, the countries complying with the Paris Climate Accords is not going to be enough to get us to where we need to be. There are other things that he is going to be doing almost immediately. He has indicated plans to cancel the Keystone XL pipeline permit via executive action on his first day in office. The words "rescind Keystone XL pipeline permit" appear in a list of executive actions supposedly scheduled for day one. And man, that is like this thing that we are never gonna get past, is that damn pipeline, Francesca. But if getting him in helps shut that down, that's something.
That's huge. I mean, I think that is a giant win that belongs to all of the organizations that worked for years to lobby Obama, and now Biden, and was sort of a dream dashed under Trump, who was personally, I believe, invested. I think he got money from the owner of the Keystone XL pipeline, or the main investor of the Keystone XL pipeline. So it is a rapid reversal. And once again, this is like, we move forward, but we're also sort of behind. But if it is an indication that this presidency will be turning away from things like dirty fossil fuels, tar sand fuel, like, I mean, just the most disgusting, the fossiliest fuel, and pipelines that run through this country that obviously the history of like their safety, how much they spill, how much they pollute, how much they endanger every single community that they run through, all in order to like what? I mean, all that it's for export anyway. We don't remember this. And so this is why this is a first step. This is a first step toward the bigger goal, which for me, of course, is a Green New Deal. And really like making our country a leader, not in fossil fuel production, but actually in green energy.
Yeah. And I saw in advance of this, because it's expected that he's going to do this, one of the Canadian companies that's in charge of it is starting up plans to sell some of the pipeline infrastructure, since they're not gonna be able to use it. And that, just seeing that headline just feels pretty good after the time period that we've been through. Trudeau apparently is gonna fight to continue the project in some form. So great job, Trudeau, that's wonderful. Hope you're getting credit for how moderate you are and how you're trying to appeal to the business community or whatever as the world burns. Now this is a good thing, but just because it's being reported that it's gonna happen, it still has to actually happen. And he's put out a couple of different lists of executive executive actions that are likely to happen. This isn't on all of them, by the way. So we're not saying this is a lock, and we'll have to see. He's already getting preemptive credit. People like Bernie Sanders tweeting out the Keystone pipeline is and always has been a disaster. I'm delighted that Joe Biden will cancel the Keystone permit on his first day in office. With all the major crises facing America, we must never lose sight of the most existential threat facing our planet, climate change. But again, hasn't happened yet. Similar though, Reuters reports that early moves will indicate seeking to prevent oil and gas development in the Arctic National Wildlife Refuge, which is another one of these things where, for apparently the rest of our life, we have to not have Republican presidents, because they're always going to move to develop there. And then hopefully the next Democrat stops it. But it's really just a holding pattern until eventually they get in there with enough time to just drill the hell out of the thing.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Which is why, once again, we have to keep pushing. I mean, for me, and I don't know whether, I don't know if we're talking about this today, but I know you'll talk about it in the coming days. But for me, one of the biggest things that's been floated, and we still have to see because nothing's happened yet, in the first 10 days is laying out an actual framework for a pathway to citizenship for 11 million undocumented people, for potentially giving DACA holders, dreamers, right? Giving them green cards immediately. I mean, that is huge. That is a giant win. And that is thanks to, once again, the immigrant rights movement that's been pushing for this. But it is incredible if this presidency takes up that mantle immediately without caveats for the right, without we're gonna strengthen border security without any of the language that both the left and both Democrats and Republicans have participated in for so many decades when it comes to immigration. You all have effed this up for so long. There are 11 million documented people in this country. There are people who are DACA recipients who you've reversed course on. They deserve the ability to become full citizens. And it seems like he's gonna lay out even like a 6-year plan. Not a 6-year plan, but like if you are living in this country for 6 years, you'll be eligible, et cetera, et cetera, et cetera. Like this is incredible. That to me is the ultimate win, and we'll see if he delivers on it.
Yeah, and in in like the zoomed out view of the overall approach of the administration to immigration, we're gonna have to see. Like there's things like they say, the working on the reuniting of children with their families. That's good. And again, that seems like the most obvious thing that you would do. We're gonna have to see, like post-Trump, the Democratic Party's approach to immigration. What is that gonna look like? Because pre-Trump, it wasn't amazing. So, and by the way, Biden is a pre-Trump politician who was involved in that. So we'll have to see. I just imagine though, like, if I could be president, like you'd want front page news Thursday or like the late edition Wednesday. The $2,000 checks that were promised, you got Biden, you gave him the Senate, you're getting those checks. We're rejoining the Paris Climate Accords, okay? And hopefully working towards a Green New Deal. Like we're ramping up vaccine distribution. We're gonna get people vaccinated as fast as possible. The professionals are now in charge of the pandemic recovery once again. Like you could send so many signals to people about the most important crises that we're currently facing. And it sounds like he's gonna be doing some of it. Imagine if he announced $10,000 student debt cancellation. Like the weight that would be lifted from the shoulders of millions of Americans, the stimulus effect that would have in terms of those people being able to use that money out there right now would be so good for those individuals and for business. Like there is a great day one. And I think he's prepping a pretty good day one. But we'll see. We're not there yet. We still gotta get through today. For more political news breakdowns, interviews, stories of activism, and me trying my hardest to care about the occasional big celebrity news story, subscribe to our YouTube channel at youtube.com/thedamagereport. And you can ring the bell wherever it is so you don't miss anything.